evades, and get Becky Rita to level 6 as quickly as possible, where that Fiddlesticks really thrives.
And I'm gonna have to agree. And don't forget, guys, the predict with your channel points is up. Who will win game 1? It is coming down to almost to a close, and as we load into the Rift, be sure to check us out and hold on to your seats. Game 1 for semifinals is on its way. Don't go anywhere and keep it locked, boys. Game 1 is on the way. Victorious GG. Crusaders versus Unicorns. Crusaders on blue, Unicorn on red, and I can't wait to see this one turn out.
Yeah, we'll have to see how Lin Bloom performs in the mid lane. Definitely a top performer for Crusaders throughout the split. I'm excited to see him on a pick like Silas that has such potential to do work throughout the game. And I'm looking forward to this entire series. But I think that here in game number 1, I'm wondering how much we'll see fighting early on in the game.
We should see fighting early level 2 bot lane with Wolven Alchemist and OG Sauce Boss. And then once that 6 turns, we definitely should see some objective fights over for First Dragon and Herald respectively.
Yeah, so we'll see how much priority over those objectives each side has. I definitely think that going into this series, I was expecting it to be Crusaders that were playing more towards the early game. But with the Amumu, I think that Unicorns have more opportunity to go for some of these pre-level 6 plays. So I've got my eyes on Vagar feed going towards that top side first with the Raptors start. That's on vision though, so Crusaders are going to have that knowledge of where Vagar feed is probably throughout the entire first clear.
Yeah, that is a really good ward there. Looking over for the bot lane, checking on the experience here. I think it's actually going to fall over to Versia and Renata to get first blood here. But Becky Rita is already over in the back. Level 2 is going to fall onto their side, so they're going to look for the handshake, but do miss the first one. And I think Becky, instead of gonna checking over onto bot lane, is actually gonna start stealing blue and looking topside. Amumu almost done with the golems there. I think you are gonna be right, and bot or top is gonna be the first place that Amumu goes.
Well, looks like the reset coming
Check
through
out
here
the
for
mid
Vagar
though.
feed. Gonna
Big
be
damage there from Lin Bloom onto pillars.
Yeah, well, looking to start some trades up. That's the Silas way. You want to get deep trades and then get big healing at the end of them.
Look at Bao. Oh, checking down bot. The fight is going. Versa is low right now. I think this may be the time for gank on Becky. He will be on a ward there. I don't think they see it though. They're gonna go in for it. The rockets are missed. Sauce Boss is looking for the E. Does land it, plus the stun. Flash coming over from Becky. First blood is going to land. It's not on a monkey. Going to live with 56.
Well, that was a close call there. The level up coming up pretty clutch there. I'm not sure if the HP from level up was the difference between living or dying, but a close call for Ambianski. Gonna be able to survive though, and that is the important part. Flashless on the Renata, so we'll see if a regank comes through. Nicely done by Becky Rita. Now going to have a lot more camps to farm left than Vagar or feed. So pretty good positioning here from Crusaders.
Speaking of Viger feed, Q's gonna land on OG Sauce Boss there. Second Q after the flash. I don't think they're gonna be able to get away. The heal though towards the end. Amumu stuck under the tower, gonna take 2. Vergia on the run as well. Wolven with the great focus, gonna continue moving forward. The support coming back in to finish it. It's gonna be a 3-for-1 special in the bot lane.
Eclipse is a hell of a drug. Sauce Boss coming back in at the end with like 300 HP, but not taking any damage whatsoever from the despair. Vagar feed goes for the gank, but it goes sideways. Wolven Alchemist able to make the outplay happen, a double kill for that ADC, and I think we've got a gank first.
Going back first up, gank coming over. Silence plus the fear to drain. So close. Pillars gonna be able to live with just about 800 there. And I think we have the replay coming up here.
All right, here's the replay, and it's
Oh wait, I think we're just joking, guys. We do have pillars there coming back. TP going to be used, so he doesn't miss out here. Going back. Oh nope, it's not. We saw a
I'll
little bit
give
of
you
action there in the bot lane.
I'll give you my mental recall replay. So what happened was initially we see the engage from Vagar feed. He goes on to OG Sauce Boss, forces out that flash, not able to get Sauce Boss near kill range though. And then on the re-engage, just a bunch of damage coming out from Wolven Alchemist gets all of the health bars of the enemy team down to about 300 HP left. Then they're able to start turning it around, but Versia, once the damage comes out of the bush, then the vision's up, and one single love tap was enough to finish off the first kill for Wolven Alchemist. Then on the other end of the fight, they try to take down the AD carry, but there's just no damage between Renata and Amumu. They're able to take Wolven Alchemist down last second, but then the 1v1 comes through for OG Sauce Boss, puts up that Eclipse, doesn't take any damage whatsoever, and finishes off the last kill 3-1.
I think what people sleep on. Oh my gosh, I think I'm seeing deja vu over again. OG does not have the flash though to really get this up. Bullet time or Make It Rain will come down. Versia will pick it up after the buff. Oh, Factory Rita here for the counter gank though. Amiga does not have flash. He's gonna be able to use the exhaust there. Versia gonna push forward just a bit to give them the space needed just to make that a clean 1-0.
Yeah, a nice counter kill going around the bot lane. That one going on to Versia. Versia, the big carry this game here for Unicorn, so picking up that first kill definitely going to help equalize the state of the lane. Definitely still favoring Wolven Alchemist on that misfortune through the early stages of this lane. But at least getting kills accelerates the items, so Versia going to be pretty pleased with that one.
Yeah, check out the top lane too. Huge CS lead right now over for Alawi, and this just gets scarier and scarier if this gap continues. Looking over where the junglers are, no one over for either side, so it's going to be on Ornn to make sure that he's able to keep Alawi in check.
Yep. Looks like the first Drake might be an area with some priority here. Just about to crest 8 minutes, so Rift Herald's going to be up as well.
Oh, the steal here from Silas to lock down pillars. No flash available. That's going to become a very easy gank with the Leona Fiddle Wombo.
Wow, that wasn't an interaction that I was looking for at the beginning stages of this game coming out of draft. But picking the Malzahar into the Silas and giving over that ultimate ends up being pretty costly.
For sure, and looking, invading over here. Able to steal the blue too on top of it. Viger's gonna really start to feel that once the 6 coming in a little late and not gonna be here for the next dragon.
Yeah, so now going to be a little bit of an opportunity to push some vision out. Playing pretty quietly, though, on the objective front, not going for anything just yet. We're just about to be 9 minutes in, no objectives taken, hardly any plates either. It's just been a little bit of a farm fest with a few ganks towards that bot side.
Yes, but with only so little going on. 2K lead is already happening. Bullet time is going to be used bot lane just to kind of clear the wave, force those 2 waves under tower. So bot lane is going to be stuck there for a minute. I think they're going to recall, but let's see if anybody else will be able to use kind of that information for a little something around the map.
Yeah, kind of just locking in the enemy bot lane to farming that one up and getting the reset off is going to be pretty good here. We can see the itemization coming through. It's not going to be this Bloodthirster rush that we've heard some stuff about recently. Instead, going to be a first item. I believe it will be Kraken Slayer. I think that it's same items for Gale Force, but I think that that's a lot less likely in this situation up against an Amumu and an Ornn. So that's going to be a pretty big power spike, and I'm still waiting to see if Crusaders can take this advantage and start taking some objectives with it.
I would agree, but honestly, with just the dominant laning phases for everybody, I think it's a really good call. Just check out the CS and check out the routing here. Just sneak around here and start it. The fear's coming in. Becky Rita is going to get the flash out. And just the jungle walking route without any wards. That was just Spidey senses there. But with that information granted, bot lane is going to take the dive here. Wolf and Alchemist is going to try to find their way out, but there's going to be no way that they're going to get away. But Boss is going to come in with the ult, and unfortunately is going to miss the Solar Flare kill, trading it for the 1-for-1. And with that, Viger Feet's going to start Cloud Drake.
Yeah, really nice dive coming through. Good turret aggro juggling on Yankee, holding it all the way through the kill, which means that it's an easy escape for Versia. And that's the first Drake going over despite the gold deficit. Unicorns picking that one up.
Yeah, that was a really good call with the information available to them to make that plan and execute it as fast as possible. Feathers and Fur able to escape that looked like almost certain death as well. Really good calls and really good plays across the map there.
Yeah, so the top lane play did net a pretty big gold advantage into the pocket of Bobbert, able to take 3 plates off of that one, now up almost 40 CS. That's pretty much the strongest spot on the map for Crusaders. Bobbert now leading the total gold right in front of these 280 carries. But now we'll have to see if that's going to be a big pressure point on the map exerted here by Bobbert wherever he goes with his split push.
I think it's going to be a big part there for sure, as we see Becky Rita kind of prepping the Herald. Actually is going to start taking the Herald. I was just going to mention Unicorns having vision all over that area, but I don't think there's any movement, especially with a Mumu bot lane here. I don't think Sauce Boss has caught them just yet. Jubago going to put on the pressure, but we're going to keep an eye on bot lane as Viger Feet is just waiting in the shadows there. Silas with the rotate as well. I think once they realize the Herald is going to be taken, we may see the trigger be pulled, but nothing is happening yet. Viger's spending so much time in the bot lane here. 1 plate left for the top. Q's finally found with the R. Beautiful matchup with Versia as well. It's going to be 2 for 0 here. If Sauce is able to get away with the Eclipse, flashback in, good trades between the towers as well. Great start, but first tower is going to land still over for the side of Blue.
Yeah, that took a lot of patience for Vagar Feed, just sitting in that bot lane brush for at least 30 seconds there. Now the roam coming through towards mid as well.
It's going to start here. Oh, there it is. Malzahar is going to put it back. But Bronte with the counter jumble yet again. Viger Feed very low. Lindblum is going to heal so much, and I think that was going to be a miss with the hostile takeover. But beautiful Crow Storm from Becky to actually bring that back to, again, that looked like certain doom.
Yeah. But one of the things to note going into that fight was that a lot of the big ultimates were on cooldown from having been used in that bot lane fight.
No! The counter back yet again, and Plilish is stuck. Limboon is going to pick up yet another kill. Everyone is looking fantastic over for the Crusaders. Just about Wolven Alchemist is slowed down just a little bit from all the pressure that they have been receiving.
Yeah, but even with all that pressure, it's already first item complete for Wolven Alchemist. Becky Rita now, having crested that level 6, is all of a sudden on ganked warpaths all the time, invading pretty deep as well on cross-map plays. Just been good stuff all around as far as the farming goes.
Sauce Boss on the roam back towards bot lane, almost catching Versia right out there. 3 are bot lane, so this may happen again. Hostile takeover is still only having a couple seconds left. Versia with the Killer Instinct almost there. Viger Fetal, it will be done right after that camp. So this may be another gank in the bot lane happening yet again. It's gonna take the romp instead. Double up doing decent amounts of damage there.
Yeah. But
is anyone going to be able to come and help out Crusaders bot lane before Mumu gets here?
It looks like they're just gonna reset, so that should be pretty okay. I think they may end up giving tower, but they're getting pressure across map once again. Drake coming up here in 45 seconds, so we'll see if there's going to be any priority over that. Unicorns have fallen just about 4,000 gold behind, so we'll see if they're going to be able to contest that. But I think that both sides committing their junglers towards the bottom, maybe gonna look at contesting this Drake.
For sure. I mean, honestly, what do you do for the top lane right now? For falling desperately behind, 154 to 88. Yes, the CS gap continues to widen, and honestly, that becomes more of a threat the further this game goes, and puts back the Ornn Mythic building as well. So I think that's a really fantastic work there, just by farming.
Yeah, already got a 250 gold bounty on that Alawi. Already working on taking out this tier 2 tower. I'm wondering if we're gonna see a hull breaker coming out here, second or third item for Bobbert.
Oh, Crowstorm checking down onto the bot lane, plus the bullet time deletes Kai'Sa off the map. Amumu unable to even pull the trigger as well. With one down, that's going to be an instant Ocean Drake, and 1-for-1 on the Dragon tier.
Yeah, that's why we keep seeing this Misfortune have such high priority. You can be killed off as many times as the enemy team wants to gank you, but you're still going to have a lot of power out of that bullet time. Going to be able to finish off that kill. Now 3-3-1. Wolven Alchemist, we talked about at the beginning of this series about whether it's going to be a spot on the map that can be taken advantage of by Unicorns, but at least standing up and trying to even out the play on the bot side early on in game number 1.
Yeah, and really, honestly, just across the map, it's looking all about aces turning up here for Crusaders, and the gold lead just continuing to widen more and more as well. 6K right now. Alawi able to get tier 2 tower as well with the skirmish bot lane near Dragon. So I don't know what really is the next call here for Unicorns to kind of stop the bleeding.
Yeah, I think that getting behind here was expected, but they're further behind than they should have been if they wanted to be in a good spot in this game. So right now they kind of need to farm up for a little while, but they also need to look for picks. They have a lot of things that can set up picks really well. I think that they maybe look for one here.
Picking up picks here, the flash ult here is going to catch Becky Rita here. Pillars will be able to pick up the kill as well. Looking to add on more to it, and that is 2-for-0. Tigger can see the future over here, man.
Well, I mean, it's not too hard to analyze that when you're behind, you need to find good fights, and good fights usually don't look like fair fights. So Unicorns able to capitalize. They need some more of that, though. They aren't completely in a situation where they've changed all of the outcomes of fights. They're behind now only 5K, but still 5K is 5K, and they're going to be bleeding side lane pressure continually. Now Bobbert moving towards the bot lane, going to have more towers to take, more bridges to conquer, and more pressure to put down. So that Rift Herald definitely going to help as well.
Good read there for Limblum top side as well. Add and mix up the bullet time there with a little bit of the Crowstorm. That is going to be one. Unicorns able to pick up the Herald as well. But, I mean, was it worth it?
I definitely think both sides are probably okay with that trade. Unicorns going to get an opportunity to put more gold into Versia, which is always what they're looking to do. But on the other hand, just picking up a kill for free is never a bad thing. So Crusaders definitely going to take that as well. I think that they're going to be looking towards grouping up in this mid lane, maybe 4-1 split push. Even without the Baron buff, they've got a lot of ways to pressure with some lane assignments like this.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. And speaking of split push as well, the team is looking great. And honestly, I don't think we mentioned anything at all earlier in the pre-show about Bulbert, but completely dominating in terms of CS. 2-0 4, highest on the map by almost 50.
Yeah, just lane dominance out of this top lane here. Feathers and Fur has been doing a decent job of absorbing pressure, but has been bleeding CS because of it. Now under tower.
Ooh, Pillar's catching him under tower. Doesn't have ult. Is going to go for it as well. Viger feed coming in a little late, but at half health, the CC is going to lock it in though, and that's going to be a huge shutdown going over to SP Pillars. Wolven Alchemist taking a little more like a 2 Killer Instinct is going to force a flash out of them as they push forward in mid. Ornn over in River as well. It may be a dive coming possibly, but I think the reset's coming instead.
What great value to get out of that Leandries. I think that the burn damage probably got somewhere like 10% HP because of just how long of a duration that it was. And Bobber definitely putting up a close fight there, but Vagar Feed able to tip the scales there, and Pillar's going to be the big beneficiary, claiming that shutdown and helping the gold stabilize a bit more.
It's still stabilizing, but still a gold lead nonetheless. 5K there with the shot back there for Alawi. Divine Thunder's Hullbreaker, Mercury Treads, plus the Phage. I think they're looking for a fight pretty soon, coming for the mid, as we get the next Drake coming up, which will be infernal for the Soul this game.
Yeah, so it's a little ways away from Soul coming up, but with the Drake on the map, I think that it's a pretty easy take here for Crusaders. They've got the gold lead. They know how powerful they are right now, and they're going to trade a little bit of maybe a top tower for it, but they should be just fine with that. Stacking towards the Soul is such a strong...
Oh, as we go here, I think it was going to be a pick on Verja, but check onto the other side, though. I'm going to be the pick and dinner instead here as the Pros feast on them. Looking on the rotate towards top side, they may be going for Ornn, but with the retreat back, they are going to trade the kill for tower.
Yeah, well, that definitely feels good on the back end of picking up a Drake as well. Crusaders continuing to push this game forward, accelerate it towards... They want the game to end before the level 18 fights start coming in, before the 6-item fights start coming in, before the Ornn items are able to be distributed to all members. Level 13 now for Feathers and Fur. Unicorns have been bleeding things across the map, but they haven't been devastated just yet, and their scaling is starting to come into play.
Yeah, it was looking a lot worse over for Unicorns, but as this game progresses, the later it gets, the harder I feel it definitely does for the Crusaders to close this out. They have been performing very well, but